Start of the week. Here we go. It's early. First thing I like to do is get in here and get my Notion set up for my weekly to-dos. So anything that I know I have to get done this week and when I want to get it done, this is how we go about it. Plus today you're going to get a behind-the-scenes look at filming for a native social cut, and that's going to be dope. What I like to do here is just write up a list of some things I know I have to do, and I'll add stuff throughout the week. But these are things I know I have to get done, and some have dates, some don't. So I'll go to the calendar view, and then anything that doesn't have a date up here, I can click no date, and then I can assign things. So like, no, I need to send this email, so I'll assign it to this day. Thursday looks pretty good, so I will assign this guitar rig video to Thursday here. And this is just, again, a good way to stay organized. Helps me throughout the week, check stuff off, and then when I'm done with things, I just drag it over to the done box. Back on this native track for Complete Start, I wasn't really liking the bass line. I think it needs to be a little simpler, so we're gonna change it a bit, change a few other things in the track, and then we'll record the video. So I was working on the track for the native video and felt like it just wasn't quite the right vibe. I wanted to do something a little bit more lo-fi and it was just sounding too meh. So started something new. I'm going to use some of the same sounds and flip the chords. I forgot we had a call with the homie. Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Just got off a call with Creative D Will. If you don't follow him on YouTube, check him out. Super genuine and authentic. Love the dude, makes great content. Check out his machine stuff, it's awesome. And we're gonna do some cool collabs coming up. So that was a good call. Love connecting with other creators, especially on YouTube, where we can all support each other and just show cool stuff to educate and entertain. So let's keep rocking on this track. It is now time to set up for this native shoot. Trying to figure out where I'm going to do it. Haven't decided because I don't normally shoot for native instruments in this room. But let's move some cameras around, see what it looks like. All right, for this we're going to rock the R5C and a 24 millimeter, which is definitely a favorite lens of mine. So normally I like to just kind of see what we're gonna look like here. I like this angle. And I've shot like that before. I don't really think that's the vibe. Straight on is weird. I think we go this way. So you'll notice this whole thing is on wheels. Close the curtains. For those of you wondering about what the setup looks like from my perspective, here it is. Teleprompter, which I can control with my phone. Don't even have to touch it. Monitor for viewing, and that's it. It's a setup. Check out this lo-fi track I've been working on using sounds and effects from the new free Complete Start bundle. On top of that, it now includes Ozone 11 EQ, which I used all over this project to mix things together. Let me know in the comments which of these free instruments you'd use. That was cool. That was a success. Now we're gonna move over to the computer and do the other shots within the session. I started with chords from Haifa. Bring in the melody from Irish Harp. I think it came out pretty good. We're gonna do some editing, put the whole thing together. It now includes Ozone 11 EQ, which I used all over this project to mix things together. I started with chords from Haifa. And that is a wrap for today. Got a lot of stuff done, really happy about it. Time to do the gym thing, cook dinner with the wife, and hang for the night. See what happens tomorrow. You know, in these vlogs, I think it's important to show the most important parts, right? You don't want to see me just in meetings and scripting all day, but it's late right now and I just got a brief. We got 36 hours. It's a trailer for a Netflix movie. And what's interesting about this brief is it's not your typical trailerization type brief where you're adding big hits and big brass. It's actually a little more indie, I guess that would be the best way to describe it. So I'll show you some stuff, obviously anything I can do without copyright problems, but it's a song called Roll the Dice and it is a remix. So I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna work through the night and I'll probably pick it up early in the morning and we'll submit it in 36 hours. That's the game here, so let's do it. A few things I like to do here. One, pull up the track and just jam a little bit. Here's the track. I also have the track downloaded, so I'm just gonna drop it in mixed in key, find out exactly what the key is, what the BPM, just speeds things up a little bit. We're gonna open up Logic Pro here, and I talk about this quite often, not just here on YouTube, but also in my course, the importance of templates. Here is my template. It's got tons of risers in it, horns, booms, drums. Even though we're not gonna use a lot of these big trailer drums, it still has quite a bit that I'm going to use in this track. We got the track all cut up. It's aligned to the grid. Mixed in key didn't do the best job because this is a weird track to process. It's actually in 3/4, not 4/4, and it's at 149 BPM. So a little bit different, but we got it lined up to the grid. The next part is going to be just layering in some new sounds. The best part about this type of brief is they actually gave me a music bed reference, and what that means is it's a track that's already cut to the trailer, but they're not really liking the tonal characteristics of it. So what I'm going to do is use that as a template so I know which parts need to get more dynamic, which parts I need to pull back and be a little bit more minimal, and that's the best part about having a music bed. This is what that looks like. It's this track down here. Again, it's a music bed, so I can actually just kind of follow along and see where those breaks happen, where the hits happen, and all of that. So I just want to take a second to talk about the importance of automation in a track. This is a cool sound I found from Exhale, which is actually an old plugin, but I decided to pull it up because why not? And this is the sound without anything on it. And I'm starting with an arpeggiator, doing extremely fast 16th notes. And the first thing I'm doing is I'm automating the note length to slowly increase. Compared to up here. I'm also automating this drift to slowly turn up over time. This is what it sounds like. We are automating thermal, which is a distortion plugin. creating tension by just automating different parameters and distortion to build the sound up. So automation takes a little time, but it is key to shaping a sound and really creating something unique. All right, worked super late throughout the night. It's extremely early. Got some coffee, and we're gonna get back to it and try to get this thing done right away. I always like to submit as early as possible. The sun is coming out, and I think we are pretty much wrapped with this project. It sounds good. I'm not really sure how long it took, maybe 8-10 hours, which isn't too bad for a full trailer. I'm gonna play a couple of the parts, but obviously some things I can't play for copyright reasons. But yeah, I think it's ready to go. So we're gonna bounce this, get it over to the trailer house. We're gonna work on a new project for Native, and I gotta make some tracks. Ba-doom, boom, boom. I made a few things for this Native project, and honestly, it's just not really flowing. And it happens when it happens. You know, I don't think creativity is something you can really force. So if you're not feeling it, do something else and use that motivation that you do have to be productive in a different area. I just got some notes on that trailer track that we submitted, so I'm gonna make those changes, just a few things, and then we're gonna submit it and call it for the night. The track has been approved, so we are going to go ahead and bounce stems and call it a wrap for tonight. All right, new day. We are going to continue working on the Native stuff. Might watch a couple YouTube trailers just to get some inspiration for future briefs and things like that. And we'll see what happens throughout the day. So I just got in from breakfast, and I got a little melody that I think is going to be good for this track that I'm doing for Native. I recorded it on my watch here. So let's see if we can turn that into something. Actually making something a little different for a customer. Doing a 12 volt to 5 volt converter for Euro rack. So we're gonna use a couple plugs, solder them together, send it out. And there we go. And what this does is it converts 12 volts from the Euro rack bus board into 5 volts. So we're going off the 12 volt rail, converting to 5, and then that way you can use 5 volt modules. Pretty simple little device. Nice. A bit of a late start this morning, but today I'm just going to be working on this native track, trying to get it completely finished, and I do have a lot of work to do on it so I can show it in a video. This is an application from Waves called Cosmos, and it is awesome. It basically allows you to drop in all your folders of samples and then sorts them, tags them by attribute, key, BPM, length, everything, and then you can just search for stuff and play it back. Feeling good about this native track that I just finished. I'm gonna play it back for you. The whole point of this is that I use tons of guitar rig to alter all these sounds. They don't sound like guitars, which is even cooler. So check it out. And that is a wrap for this week's vlog. Please let me know in the comments what you want to see more of, less of, what you like, what you don't like. And that's it. Hit me with a like or sub for the algorithm. We out.